For almost 20 years, I was the Chief Technology Architect for the Association for Retail Technology Standards. During this time, I worked with over 1,500 subject matter experts, every one of them brilliant in their own area. So basically, I was in college for over 20 years. In around 1995 or 96, I created the first certified internet credit card authorization system. Prior to that, people were having to call into a call center, give them their credit card information for them to do the authorization. As a result of this, I was just recently called the unknown father of e-commerce. Because of my credit card authorization system, I was hired by a company called Apigent to help build out a cloud-based restaurant management system. In around 1998, a small company called McDonald's saw my restaurant management system, and they ended up buying the company and moving it all to Chicago. McDonald's wanted all of their vendors to be able to communicate with each other using standard message models. Because of this, they sent me to a group called Association for Retail Technology Standards to be their representative. And one of the first things I did was create this model of all of the applications and their interconnection in a retail environment. In April of 2012, ART released a technical specification on how to build a self-service order interface utilizing the various ART standards. What's unique about this is the first time that a paper was created to show how to use all of the various standards to solve a particular problem. OLO, headed by Noah Glass, was the chairman of this. I was the technical support person. OLO, in this last summer, just became on the stock exchange. Pretty cool. Because of my work with the restaurant management system, most specifically in defining the interface to the POS system, I was the original chair of the POSLOG committee in ARTS. And throughout its entire life cycle, I was heavily involved. It is now in version 6.2, and as you can see, it has an enormous amount of information that can be produced by the POS. In part because of this work, in 1 week, a person from the hospitality industry and one person from the food service industry each called me the Wizard of POS. What's fascinating is they don't know each other. And at the following NRF's big show, Lexmark had a booth where they took your picture, as in the Wizard of POS. That's my head up there on the screen. And thus, I became the Wizard of POS. ARTS began in 1994 by 5 major retailers getting together because they got tired of having to fit new data models into their world every time they bought a new product. In addition, they realized that the data hasn't changed since the Stone Age. Item, price, quantity. What has changed is adding new data. This model is the heart of master data management, and it is what makes unified commerce work. So they wanted this standard data model. This block diagram shows where the data model is today. There are over 800 tables and 8,000 attributes in this model. I initially got involved to help expand it to include data from the food service world. Eventually, ARTS hired me to become their chief technology architect, and as such, I became responsible for all of the stuff you see here. There are 9 blueprints. They produced a large number of design documents. There's 7 technical reports, 9 best practices papers, 29 interface message standards, over 35 devices, and they've now added robotics to that list. There's the one data model with over 800 tables and 8,000 attributes. There's a data warehouse model, and there are over 20 RFPs to help you buy applications in the retail world. In December of 2010, I taught a company how to build an omnichannel system natively using the ART standards. They produced the POS system and released it in 2013 at the NRS Big Show. They were the first POS to handle omnichannel natively. As a result, a major POS company bought them and they are the lead POS in their inventory. As a result, I became the unknown father of omnichannel retail. In my time at Arts, I was able to manage over 110 projects to completion. Basically all of the stuff you saw there before, plus various versions of the various standards. As mentioned earlier, there were over 1,500 subject matter experts to help create all that information. Since I was the technical lead, I was involved in all of that work. Effectively, again, I was in college for over 20 years with these people as my instructors. This material has been downloaded worldwide. In this picture, every red dot represents a country that has downloaded this work. But wait, there's more. Not only did I lead all of that effort, but I went to all of these countries all over the world to help meet, develop, and teach people about the retail technology. I've trained, developed, and created products with companies in over 20 different countries. I have taught numerous classes on all of the standards products. If it deals with retail and retail technology integration, I've taught it. In addition to all of that, I've just released version 2 of my book called Arts for Retail, using technology to turn your consumers into customers and make a profit. It is available on Kindle. It talks about all of the art standards and how they are used in context of various retail processes. It is so large, it's a 3-volume set. I've also developed over 60 YouTube videos on retail technology. They are targeted for C-star people to help them understand the technology side of their business without getting buried into the details. They are also targeted for new developers who are hired because of their programming ability and they need to learn the retail side. As noted, I've developed numerous versions of various detailed documents and models. There are somewhere between 15,000 and 20,000 attributes in all of this work that I helped create. In addition, I've created a self-paced course covering unified commerce, which basically puts all of this stuff together to satisfy a modern retail world. The course is on thinkific.com. With all this retail information, one needs to understand how to put it to use. That is, one must be able to understand the business store model, basically the running applications you saw in a previous slide, the business process model, i.e. what processes are being executed, and the business lifecycle model, which allows the execution of the business strategy through people, processes, and information to make the company work. I have built this interactive virtual unified retail model called IVRM to allow one to understand the complex interactions of all the pieces in retail, both the business and the technology side. In today's world, a retailer must be agile to survive, and this interactive model helps with that challenge. This model contains all that I've shown in this video, plus much, much more. It is over 500 megabytes in size. To the best of my knowledge, this is a very unique model. For example, IBM, SAP, and Oracle have business models, but they are focused on selling their products. Now, I'm getting old and am looking for a home for this model. If interested, please reach out to me. The Wizard of Pause. My name is Richard Halter. Please reach out to me at richard.halter@cox.net. Thank you.